tell me why. If I were to tell you player X plays for team Y, and he's played 4 years. He's been in the league 5. He's played 4 years, and his career numbers are 5.9 points, 2.3 assists per game. And I told you the fan base of player X absolutely loves him. Why would that be?
It doesn't make a ton of sense, but I'll try and shed some light. We're obviously talking about Dante Exum.
The fans, Jazz fans, are very defensive, and there's a love affair with Dante. And again, I have nothing against Dante. I just don't understand why people are still holding on to this dream that he's going to turn into an all-star 5th overall pick. Because I think at this point in time, you should just hope that he turns into a guy that stays healthy and plays 75 games.
A guy that can play in a basketball game and not pee down his leg.
Right.
You know, like, and I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but when you're filling out your roster for guys that can be complements to your main pieces, and you don't have a ton of money to spend, like, that's one of the reasons you bring in an Emmanuel Mudiay or a Jeff Green, because you know they can play in basketball games and not completely sabotage the entire thing. So instead of hoping that Dante fills the potential that most people, including myself, thought he had on draft night, just hope he stays healthy and hope he can participate and play and add some depth. I think one of the reasons why he is such a popular player among Jazz fans, despite not really proving much of anything, is the backup quarterback is the most popular guy in the stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think the unknowns about Dante allow a lot of fans to still believe those unknowns could be incredibly positive. Like, we don't know if he's necessarily an elite defender all the time. We don't know if he's a guy that can really make plays off the bounce and have, you know, good vision, pick and roll, and be a lead guard that really helps your team. We don't know if he can ever consistently become a good shooter because he's never consistently played in the NBA outside of his first season when, ironically enough, he played in 82 games and he also played in 10 playoff games.
Right.
So I think during his rookie year, Dante did enough for people around the league to think, okay, this kid has a real shot. The problem is, since then, he has missed
4 years.
It has. It's been 4 years, and he's missed so much time. And look, you know this. Like, in any sport, there's a big difference between he got injured and he is injury prone.
Right.
Okay? So Dante, at this point, it's no longer, he got injured. Dante is frail, okay? And he gets hurt way too much. And he plays hard, so there's no way you're going to reel him back in. So every time he comes up with a steal and goes down to the other end and tries to finish hard over somebody and crashes to the floor, everyone goes, here we go again.
Right.
You know, and Dante's injuries, it's not like a sprained toe, I'm back in 2 weeks, like catastrophic out for the season injury. So I think the reason why so many fans love him is they're in love with the intoxicating potential that he seems to have. But at this point, like, I went into the offseason thinking, like, Dante's got to be an afterthought, you know. So, but I will tell you this, there's still members of the Jazz front office that believe he can be really good.
And I know that, and I think that is just two things. The glimpses he's shown, but also they drafted him 5th overall. And we're just, you know, when Dennis gave him the deal a year ago, he's like, we're going to give this one more go. And he got hurt again. He's not tradable, and you owe him some money. So at this point in time, what are you going to say?
Right.
You're just going to say, yeah, we've got a lot of hope for him. And to be very clear, there is potential there. But the first thing that he's got to do is be able to stay on the floor and be out there for a consistent period of time. And the second thing that he's got to do is show some improvement in his game.
Yeah. You know, there's a reason why when you look back at that draft, it was not a great draft. Okay, so the players that were drafted after Dante, and look, I think this is a really unfair exercise to do. I want to be very, very clear because you could do it with any team in the NBA. Like, you should have drafted blank. Then everybody missed on Kawhi, and everybody missed on Draymond or whatever.
Everybody missed on Rudy Gobert.
Right. So Dante went at 5. Marcus Smart was 6. Julius Randle, 7. Nick Stauskas, Noah Vonleh, Elfrid Payton, Doug McDermott. Like, this was not an awesome draft.
Right.
Dario Saric, Zach LaVine was 13. T.J. Warren was 14. I'm not going to read, but I'll just read some of the big-time names. Yusuf Nurkic was 16. And then Bojan Bogdanovic was 27, ironically enough. But everybody missed on these guys. Nikola Jokic was 41. The best portion of this draft was like late first, second round picks because Andrew Wiggins, Jabari Parker, Joel Embiid, 1, 2, 3. Obviously, Embiid's awesome. Wiggins is a bit overrated. Jabari just needs to put down the donuts if he ever wants to play in the league. So it wasn't an awesome draft, but if you're picking in the top 5, it's tremendous pressure. It's just like when the Raiders drafted Jamarcus Russell. That makes or breaks your franchise. You got a number 1 overall pick. It's set him back 10 years. If you have a top 5 pick in the NBA, you've got to at least draft a guy that's going to play for you for 10 years and play well.